everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Miriam and I do videos about pregnancy, vegan lifestyle, pregnancy tips and tricks, and what I eat in a day videos and just stuff like that. So if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe now. So it's been kind of a while since I spoke to you guys, and that is because I recently had a baby. And it's been almost 2 weeks now since I've given birth. So today, finally, I got time to talk about my labor and delivery story, because I know some of you are probably waiting for it. Some of you have asked specific questions, and I'm just gonna be talking to you how it went, what happened, and as you can see from the title of the video, it was a big roller coaster. So I'm gonna be telling you what exactly happened. But some background information about my labor and delivery story. Basically, I've given birth when I was 40 weeks and 1 day. So my labor was for 15 hours, which sounds a long time, and it could have been much quicker if hospital actually helped me out. 14 hours of that labor was at home, and I spent just 1 hour in the hospital pushing the baby out. And it was a natural birth. I did not have C-section at all. I didn't have any epidurals, didn't have any pethidine. The only thing I did have was gas in it, and that was just while I was pushing because I couldn't handle the pain anymore. So I really want to introduce you my little baby girl. However, she's sleeping, so she might be sleeping while I show you her. So I hope she's gonna remain asleep while I record this video, because usually she does not want to cooperate. So this is my little baby girl. She is asleep, as you can tell, so she doesn't cause any problems at this very moment. So this is baby Arella, and she was born weighing 2.6 kilograms. She's beautiful and healthy. There's no problems with it at all. If you're wondering what she is a mix of Polish, which is me, and mixed of Filipino. And yeah, that's pretty much her. And I'm gonna put her back to sleep now because she's pretty sleepy. So let's get straight to the story. So I've given birth on the 8th of February. So on the 6th and the 7th of February, I have been getting contractions. And they haven't been very strong contractions, but they have been a lot of Hicks contractions, and a little bit more intense, but they would be like every half an hour, every hour, just pretty much random ones. So I thought, okay, something's happening, but it's not happening yet, so it will be probably happening in a few days. And now she's awake because I woke her up accidentally, and she doesn't want to go back to sleep. Hello, you want to show yourself? You want to show yourself? There you go. She's looking a bit grumpy right now. I'm sorry. Anyways, since being 39 weeks, so a week before that, I was walking a lot. I made sure I walked every day to the park, and I was drinking a lot of raspberry leaf tea, and I tried to do squats as well, and obviously I was bouncing on my ball. So tomorrow is my due date. I am 39 and 6 days today. I hope I can get this baby out as soon as possible. I've been having a lot of contractions, but every 10 to 15 minutes, like I couldn't sleep all night last night, so that's a bit annoying. The contractions were getting really intense at night, like it's actually a lot of pain. It makes me think like, shit, when they actually start happening, that's gonna be really painful. I've been offered a sweep to induce my labor because everybody seems to be getting that, but I actually refused because I wanted everything to be natural. I didn't want to interfere with my labor, and I read a lot of information that if your body's not ready, nothing's gonna happen anyway. So I just thought, if my body's not ready, nothing's gonna happen anyway, and if my body is ready, then something's gonna happen on its own. So on the day of the 8th of February, I woke up at 2:30 a.m. in the morning because I was feeling contractions about every 10 minutes, and they were kind of getting stronger and stronger. Still not very intense, but stronger to the point that I couldn't sleep anymore. So I woke up at 2:30 and I thought, okay, today might be the day, so let's try to wake up and progress the labor. So at 2:30 a.m. I set myself a room full of different things. I put my diffuser on, which had lavender oil in. I put some relaxing music on. I was bouncing on my ball, and that took about 4 hours. So by that time, I had contractions every 10 minutes. I started counting my contractions because I realized that they're becoming stronger and stronger and more frequent. So I thought, you know what, I'll just count my contractions, and that's what I started doing for 4 hours. 6:30, I decided to call hospital because, you know, 4 hours of 10 minutes contractions, that's kind of slow. So I didn't know what to do. I decided to call my hospital, spoke to someone and asked them what I'm supposed to do, and she said it was normal. She said what I'm supposed to do right now is just to relax, that this is early stages of labor, try going to sleep, try to eat something and stuff like that. So obviously she reassured me that everything is fine and I should just carry on what I'm doing. So obviously that's what I decided to do. What I decided to do next is have a bath. So I had a nice bath, but I still had contractions in the bath. But the contractions slowed down even more to like maybe 15 minutes, which was really annoying because I just wanted to like speed the labor up, because obviously every contraction that was coming was painful and I just wanted to kind of get on with it and give birth. But no, that was not happening. At that point, my partner woke up because he was getting ready to work, and he asked me if he's supposed to go to work or not, and I said, you know what, I think you should stay, because these contractions are not going away. Even though they're every 10-15 minutes, they're not going away, and I don't want you going to work and then having to make a phone call for you to come back. So he decided to stay. Now it was still 6:30, 7, 8 after we called, and I guess it was time for breakfast. So he decided to make me a juice, green juice, because I love my juices, and I tried to have my cereal, but what was happening was my body was just rejecting everything. So I was vomiting. My body just was like, no, I'm having none of this. I had a banana, I vomited it out straight away. I had a tea, even my raspberry tea, I vomited it out straight away. I had some cereal, I vomited it out straight away. Gabriella, are you gonna cooperate or no? She's got her eyes closed, so she's kind of falling asleep, but I think because I'm talking. She's like, no, I'm not gonna let you talk. My partner Josh said to me, let's go for a walk. Maybe then we can progress your labor. So obviously that was a very good idea. But at that point my contractions were feeling more and more intense, so it was more difficult to handle them, and I had to like breathe through them a lot. I taught myself how to breathe through pain, so I tried to relax as much as possible and breathe through it. So we decided to go for a walk just around literally my house for about 20 minutes, and my contractions really have speed up then. They were every 3 minutes, so every 3 minutes we had to stop. I had to breathe through my contractions. The weather outside was horrible. It was like raining. It was absolutely horrible. But I was so happy because my contractions were getting faster and faster, more frequent. So after being outside for 20 minutes, we got back home. And obviously, the hospital's rule is that you have to have contractions every 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes apart for 45 to a minute. And they have to last for like an hour. And after 20 minutes, we got home, my contractions slowed down and they started being 5 minutes apart, 6 minutes apart, and 7 minutes apart. And I was like, oh my goodness, it was going so good. For 20 minutes my contractions were really fast, and then they slowed down again. And because I was in so much pain from the contractions every 3 minutes, it was kind of difficult for me to keep handling them. But obviously, what can I do? I had to get on with it. So then what happened, I was really confused again. So obviously what I did is I called hospital again, and I said to them, listen, I've been out for a walk, I had contractions every 3 minutes, really fast for 20 minutes, but then I got home and they slowed down. What can I do to speed up my labor? Is this normal? Because this is just strange. And obviously the lady was like, yes, this is normal, nothing to worry about, this is early labor, this can take days or hours. And I was just like, days? I can't do this for days. I really want to go to sleep. I was really tired, and I can't because I can't sleep through them. But again, she said to me exactly the same thing. Listen, you're gonna have to try to eat something and have a bath and try to go to sleep, and you know, this normal thing that they will say to you.
Okay guys, we end up calling the hospital to see what the next step is. So the midwife on the phone on the other line had said that it's not quite ready to come in yet. The contractions were irregular at the time. Obviously she's still in pain and stuff, but while we're going...
Okay, hold on.
Obviously she's still in pain, going through this mild labour, as we say. But they'd rather us at home in a comfortable place while we go through this stage until it's time for the baby to come, which is understandable. So we'll just set up the lounge room into like a little mini birthing centre. Got the ball there, gym ball, pregnancy ball, whatever you want to call it. We've got the diffuser on.
This just carried on. The contractions slowed down. It was like every 6 minutes, every 7 minutes, every 8 minutes, then it was every 4 minutes. but it was nothing regular. So it was really, really annoying, and that carried on for hours until about 2 p.m. So let's move on to 2 p.m. At 2 p.m. I started getting really strong pains, which felt like I needed a poo. I know, sounds very strange and bad, but I really did feel like I really needed a poo. And I tried to go to the toilet and have a poo, but nothing was coming out. Every time I tried to go to the toilet, I just had this really, 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 really bad pain. And obviously to me it was like, oh, another contraction. But this kind of contraction was really intense, to the point that I actually was screaming because it was that painful. And I kind of panicked because I was like, oh no, my contractions are still not regular, and this pain, this kind of pain, I can't breathe through it. I don't think I can handle it. So what I did, I called my mum, because I just panicked. I was like, I don't know what to do. I called my mum. And I called my mum and I said, listen, I think I'm in labor and I'm getting this really, really strong pain. And as I was talking, I had the pain again and the urge to poop. And I was shouting and screaming on the phone, and my mum's reaction was quite calming, and she was like, listen, this is normal, this is labor, you have to be through it, you have to be relaxed, put some relaxing music on, have a bath, you know, all this talk again that I keep hearing. And I'm really trying to breathe through these contractions, and I was just like, this is intense, like this is really, really bad. So at that point my boyfriend said to me, okay, listen, maybe we should just go to the hospital, or maybe we should just ring the hospital. And I was like, no, because I don't want to go there and they'll send me back, there's no point. Are you okay there? Okay, she's alright. I was like, there's no point, I don't want to waste my time. So we didn't. So he tried to feed me again. My body still was having none of it. So basically I didn't eat anything all day because my body was just rejecting everything. So from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. I was getting these very, very, very intense contractions, urgent to push my poo out, I suppose. And yeah, it was really, really bad, and they were really irregular. Sometimes every 3 minutes, then every 4 minutes, every 5 minutes, 6 minutes, then back to 4, then back to 7, then back to 3. It was just really, 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 really irregular. Then I was sitting on the toilet and I had a bloody show, so I started bleeding. Not a lot of blood, but I started bleeding. So at that point my boyfriend was like, okay, we need to ring hospital and see what's next. So we ran the hospital for the 3rd time, and we explained to them that, you know, I had a bloody show. What does that mean? What's gonna happen now? And they said, you know, if you want to, you can come to the hospital if you want to, but we'll probably send you back. And that's the exact words that she said. We'll probably send you back because your contractions are not regular. So obviously I was like, okay, fair enough. I got off the phone and I was crying. I was really, really crying because I was like, I can't handle this pain anymore. I don't care. If they were gonna offer me any drugs, I'm gonna accept all of them. This is too much. And at that point my boyfriend was like, okay, let's pack your stuff, let's go to the hospital. But I was in so much pain, and we don't have a car, so we had to take like Uber or taxi, that the thought of going there in Uber, and the hospital is like 20 minutes away, and being in the car was so scary to me that I was like, no, if I have to go there and they're gonna send me back, I can't deal with this pain. So I kind of said to him, let's wait it out, maybe this is normal and let's just see what happens. Because I was shouting and screaming so much because I was so much pain, he was like, no, we're going to the hospital right now. He was getting my stuff ready, and while he was getting my stuff ready, I had the urge to push again. So I went to the toilet, and it was just so intense, the pain, that I laid on the floor, and he came to the bathroom and he was like, okay, you need to get up now. And I said, I can't get up. And then everything became a blur because I was in so much pain that my body became like a jelly. I was kind of like, you know when you're about to faint but you're not fainting? I was feeling like that. And he was like, are you okay? You need to get up. And I said, I can't get up, and too much pain. And I was shouting and I was screaming, and he didn't know what to do. He panicked, so he called ambulance. So the ambulance people were asking me questions, but at that point I couldn't respond because I was in so much pain. So he was talking, and about 5-10 minutes later, 2 ambulances turned up, had no idea what was happening. It was 5 blokes. They came into the house, they picked me up from the floor. Like I said, a lot of there was the blood. They took me to my room, and then they like examined me. They kept using specific words to do with my thing, and what they were trying to say is that the baby's head is literally there, and they can't see it yet, but it's literally there. And they asked me a question if I wanted to give birth at home because the baby's about to come out like anytime now. And I was kind of like shocked, but because I was in so much pain, I sort of said, whatever, I don't care, I just want this baby out, I don't care where it is. But because the baby's head was not quite there, like to come out at this moment, they decided to take me to the hospital. So while I was trying to go down the stairs of my building to the ambulance, I was shouting and screaming because I was going through that contraction of pushing, and that was happening every 3 minutes. Then they gave me gas and air, so it was a little bit easier to handle it. Obviously I could feel the pain 100%, but it was just a little bit easier. And they tried to talk to me and joke around with me, but I was just having none of it. Every 3 minutes I would just basically push and push and push, and what I thought was pushing out when I needed a poo, it was actually pushing out the baby. Like I said, I don't know what happened to my body, but apparently I was fully dilated and I had irregular contractions, which was strange. 10 minutes later I got to the hospital, I was on the bed, and straight away I was pushing the baby out. It took about half an hour, 40 minutes, and she was out.
Yes. You did it, babe? She did it?
I can't believe this.
Yeah, because if you look at the bubbles in this, it's not.
How strange.
You know, just flip them or put it back and make sure you've got rid of the bubbles. 2.655 kilos. 2655.
Jim.
The best thing is that I had this birth plan written. It was like absolutely perfect. I just like imagined myself having a water bath with lavender oils and lemon oils in the bath, and you know, having everything natural, no pain relief at all, relaxed atmosphere, relaxed music bouncing on my ball, changing position, recording my labor and delivery story, which did not happen at all. There was just no time. What I thought I'm gonna be doing, you know, in the hospital, nicely relaxed atmosphere, ended up being at home for 14 hours and pushed the baby for the last hour in the hospital. It was just horrendous. However, it was a pretty good story to tell, you know. So I gave birth at 5 p.m, which is 15 hours. But like I said, I suffered at home a lot because I rang the hospital, I tried to get advice, and they just basically told me to stay home, which I can understand. However, they should still have a way to examine individual cases if something's going weird. And they didn't do that to me. And like I said, I didn't know what normal was, so I just kind of dealt with it at home. Everybody's shocked that I was actually pushing the baby out at home and I didn't need any pain relief. Well, of course I needed it, but there was nothing there. I thought this was normal, and yeah, it was pretty incredible. So if you guys have any questions, any specific questions, just leave them down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, subscribe to my channel and like this video if you liked it. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon.